Right now, this month, there is a payment leaving your bank account that you do not remember agreeing to. Not fraud, a payment you approved yourself and then completely forgot. Before this video ends, I will tell you exactly where to find it, and for most people watching, it is worth over £100 a year. But to find it, you first need to understand why you are standing in a Tesco queue on the 20th of the month, opening your banking app with one eye closed and seeing £47. 11 days until payday. No holiday this month. No new phone. No disaster. So where did £2,000 actually go? Stay with me, because I am about to rewind your entire month, and the first thing you will see is this. Your money did not die on the 20th. It died in the first 9 days, and the first cut happened while you were celebrating. Payday. Your salary lands, and for one evening you are rich. £2,100 glowing on the screen, and in that exact moment, your brain switches into a mode that costs you more than any bill. Researchers call it the payday effect. Spending in Britain spikes hard in the first 48 hours after wages land, and almost none of it goes on essentials. A takeaway, because you have earned it. A round at the pub, because it is payday, is it not? 2 or 3 things in your online basket that have been waiting all week, saved and ready, because some part of you was already planning this. And notice the language your brain uses in those hours. Treat yourself. You deserve it. It has been a long month. That voice is not lying. You probably do deserve it. But it never mentions the price, and it always goes quiet by Monday. By Sunday night, £130 is gone, and you have not paid for a single thing you actually need. Annoying? Yes. But the payday effect is pocket change compared to what is waiting for you on the 1st of the month, because the 1st of the month is not a date, it is an ambush. While you are still asleep, the direct debits march through your account in single file. Rent first. According to the Office for National Statistics, the average private rent in Britain is now around £1,380 a month. Then council tax. The average Band D bill in England is £2,280 a year, which lands as roughly £190 every month. Then energy. A typical household on the price cap pays about £137 a month for gas and electricity combined. Water, around £35. Broadband and mobile, another £60. In one single morning, while you were asleep, close to £2,000 of essential bills has left your account. You wake up, reach for your phone, and feel that jolt in the chest. Gone. Most of your salary, gone, before the month has even properly started. And right there, in that half-asleep moment, comes the decision that quietly ruins the next 30 days. Almost everyone gets it wrong in under 5 seconds. Here is the decision. You look at what is left, and your brain stamps one word on it. Mine. Spending money. All of it. That single assumption is the reason the 20th keeps happening to you. Because what is left is a lie. Hiding inside it, there are about a dozen payments that have not landed yet. Small ones, quiet ones, spread across the month like tripwires. And one of them, for most of you, is the payment you do not remember agreeing to. We are getting closer to it. Count the tripwires with me. The gym you visited twice last month. Netflix, Spotify, Amazon Prime, phone insurance. A cloud storage upgrade you set up years ago. An app trial that quietly became a subscription. On their own, each one is nothing. Together, research by the credit company Aqua found the average Briton now spends around £65 a month on subscriptions, which is nearly £800 a year. But here is the part that should stop you. The same kind of research keeps finding that people guess their own subscription total at roughly half of what it really is. Half. Your brain is not lying to you out of malice. It simply files small numbers under ignore, and there is one payment method that exploits that filing system better than anything ever invented. It is in your pocket right now. The tap. Contactless did something remarkable to the British brain. When you hand over cash, it hurts, and psychologists measure that discomfort in the same brain regions as physical pain. The pain of paying, they call it. A tap produces almost none of it. Coffee, $3.60. Meal deal, $3.90. Quick top-up shop, $12. A bus, a snack. A tap, a tap, a tap. Nothing feels like spending, so nothing gets counted. Now run the honest maths. £8 a day in taps is £240 a month, a quarter of £1,000, leaving through a payment method engineered so that you do not feel it leave. And just when the taps have done their damage, around the middle of the month, something interesting happens. You notice, and you try to fight back. This is the part of the month nobody talks about. Somewhere around day 12, you open your banking app, wince, and declare a quiet emergency. Right, you say. No more spending, big shop, cook at home, bring lunch to work, and for 3, maybe 4 days, it genuinely works. You feel disciplined. You feel like a person who has finally cracked it. Then Friday arrives. A colleague suggests drinks, or the fridge plan collapses because you are exhausted, and a takeaway lands on the doorstep. And here is the cruel psychology of that moment. One slip does not read as one slip in your head. It reads as proof that the whole plan failed. So the discipline does not bend. It snaps. Researchers call it the what the hell effect. The diet version is famous. One biscuit becomes the whole packet because the day is ruined anyway. The money version is identical. One takeaway becomes a weekend of not counting anything because the month is ruined anyway. So the correction that was meant to save your month ends up funding its collapse. And while all of this is happening, there is one more mechanism working on you, and this one is newer, smarter, and dressed up as a favor. Buy now, pay later, 3 interest-free installments. It sounds like the polite face of finance, and millions of British shoppers now use it every month. But look at what it actually does to your brain. A £90 purchase should trigger a £90 alarm. Split it into 3 payments of 30, and the alarm never rings, because 30 feels survivable. You are not spending £90, you tell yourself. You are spending 30, 3 times. Except the other 2 payments do not disappear. They travel forward in time, land in next month, and stack on top of next month's payday effect, next month's ambush, and next month's taps. That is the real product being sold, not convenience. Silence. The silencing of the one alarm that was protecting you. So when your balance hits £47 on the 20th, part of that damage was done weeks ago by a version of you who genuinely believed it was only £30. Stack the whole month together now, and the mystery of the 20th stops being a mystery at all. 2,100 in, nearly 2,000 out in the first week for rent, council tax and bills. 130 gone on payday weekend before you blinked. 65 in subscriptions, drip by drip. 240 in taps you never registered. A failed mid-month rescue that ended in a what-the-hell weekend, and a couple of installments from last month's clever little purchases arriving like delayed post. That is the arithmetic, and it lands you on the 20th with double digits in your account, every single month, like clockwork. No bad luck anywhere in that equation, which raises the question that should genuinely bother you. You know all of this is coming. You have lived it 12 times a year for years. So why does it still work on you, every single time? The answer is a glitch in how your brain stores money, and it has a name. Mental accounting. Your mind does not treat money as one pool. It sorts it into invisible jars. When salary lands, the whole amount goes into a jar marked income, and the brain registers abundance. When the bills sweep out, the brain quietly closes that chapter, but it never updates the jar. Whatever number remains gets filed under free money, no questions asked. That is why you can be skint on the 20th and still genuinely think, I earn decent money, where does it all go? Your jars and your bank account are 2 different realities, and you make every spending decision using the wrong one. And the glitch has one final trick, which explains the strangest thing about being broke. Have you ever noticed that the last £50 of the month somehow buys more small treats than the first 500? That is scarcity mode. When money feels tight, your brain stops planning and starts soothing. A £3 coffee stops being a purchase and becomes a tiny rescue, one small controllable comfort in a month that feels out of control. So the less you have, the more those little payments multiply. Broke does not just empty your account, it changes how your brain spends what is left. Now here is the part that should make you slightly angry. None of this is a secret. It is a business model. Banks know about mental accounting. Supermarkets know. Subscription companies have built their entire pricing around it. Auto-renewal exists because they know you will not cancel. One-tap checkout exists because friction creates thought, and thought kills purchases. Installments exist because splitting one painful number into 3 painless ones switches off the alarm in your brain. You are not careless, and you are not bad with money. You are one person with a Stone Age brain playing against industries that spend billions a year studying exactly how that brain fails. So the real question is not why you lose, it is how anyone ever wins. And the answer is smaller than you think. One move, 1 day a month. That is the entire system. The day is payday. The move happens in the first 10 minutes, before the weekend, before the takeaway, before your brain can register abundance and switch into celebration mode. 3 steps, and they take less time than making a cup of tea. First, move your savings out the moment the salary lands, £50, 100, whatever is real for you, into a separate account that your card cannot see. Second, add up every direct debit due this month and move that total into a second account that exists only to pay bills. Third, look at what is left. That number, and only that number, is your actual spending money for the month. Let us make it concrete. Salary, 2,100. You move 100 into savings the second it lands. Your rent, council tax and bills come to around 1,800, so that goes into the bills account, untouchable. What remains is roughly £200, plus whatever you have not spent on subscriptions. Divide it across the days until next payday, and suddenly, you are not looking at £2,000. You are looking at a real daily number, and it is small. The first time you see it, it will genuinely shock you, and your instinct will be to call it depressing. It is the opposite. It is the first honest number your brain has seen in years. Here is why honesty wins. When your brain believes there are £2,000 available, it spends like there are 2,000, and the 20th arrives like a wall. When your brain believes there is a small, honest daily number, it spends like that, automatically, without willpower, without a spreadsheet, without cancelling every joy in your life. Same salary, same bills, different number in front of your eyes, and the entire month changes shape. People who run this system stop experiencing the 20th entirely, not because they earn more, because their spending brain finally sees the same reality as their bank account. And now, the payment I promised you. Open your banking app, go to direct debits and standing orders, then open your card transactions and search for the word trial, and for any amount under £10 that repeats monthly. Somewhere in that list, there is a payment that will make you say out loud, I thought I cancelled that. Phone insurance on a phone you replaced 2 phones ago. A streaming service from a show you finished in 1 weekend. An app that gave you 7 free days years ago and has been quietly charging you ever since. That is the payment you do not remember agreeing to. Research by TSB found that around a third of Britons admit to overspending on subscriptions, and separate studies suggest millions of us are paying for at least one service we would cancel in seconds if we could just see it. For the average person, hunting these down is worth well over £100 a year for 5 minutes of work. Do it today, because next month it fires again, and the month after that, forever, until you stop it. So now you can see the whole machine. Payday euphoria empties the first weekend. The first of the month ambushes you in your sleep. Invisible subscriptions bleed the middle. Painless taps drain the rest. A doomed mid-month rescue snaps into a what-the-hell weekend. Installments from last month arrive like delayed post, and mental accounting hides all of it behind a number that feels bigger than it is. 7 mechanisms, 1 direction, every month. Nobody showed you this at school, and every industry you buy from prefers it that way. But once you see the machine, you cannot unsee it. Next payday, run the 10-minute move, find your honest number, and then come back here. Tell me in the comments what your honest number was, and which forgotten payment you found, because the answers under this video will be worth more than the video itself. And if you want one piece of British money life drawn out and taken apart every single week, subscribe to the channel, because next time, I am going to show you 9 money habits that are quietly keeping you poor, and I promise you are doing at least 4 of them right now.